Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for our SCR presentation for biology subject, me and my friend Nurdina Shukriya will present about the peripheral nervous system. Basically, I will introduce to you guys how the structure of peripheral nervous system. We call it as P and S. Basically, P and S consists of 31 pairs of nerves branching from the spinal cord. It is called spinal nerves. And it also consists of 12 pairs that emerge from the brain called cranial nerves. So for the total pairs of nerve is 43 nerve pairs. It is considered separate separate from the brain and the spinal cord, and it forms the basic of the peripheral nerve system. Peripheral nerve system consists of two types of neuron, which is sensory function and motor function. Sensory function represent the afferent, while motor function represent the efferent. Alright. Basically, sensory function, it detects various sensations such as pain and heat. It also transmits message towards the central nervous system to be interpreted by either the spinal cord or the brain. Next, about the motor, which represent the motor function, which represent the efferent, it transmits message away from the central nervous system. It also stimulates effectors. Such as skin, sense organ, muscles to perform a function or reflex. So this is the application of the reflex arch. So this is the function of application of reflex arch. So basically it consists of first, sensory detection by the receptor. Second, interpretation of sensory input. And third, motor input. Okay, firstly, dia akan receptor akan detect apa rangsangan dia. Dia akan melalui dorsal and ventral, dan dia akan pergi ke effector, contohnya muscle. So muscle tu akan reflex, akan bertindak balas dengan apa yang dibawa, nerve yang membawa receptor tu. Okay. Alright, next. So the autonomic system. The autonomic system is a control system that actually function automatically, and it helps to carry activity that involve the regulation of the cardiac and smooth muscles and also the glands. So the autonomic system is divided into parasympathetic division and also the sympathetic division. So the autonomic system use two neurons and also one ganglion for each of the impulse. So as you can see in the figure, the first neuron has a cell body within the CNS, which is the central nervous system, and also a preganglionic fiber. And for the second neuron, it has a cell body within the ganglion and also a post-ganglionic fiber. The first one is the sympathetic division. So sympathetic division is basically directs the body's rapid involuntary response to the dangerous or stressful situation. So this process is like to stimulate the body's fight or flight response. So the most preganglionic fibers arise from the middle or portion of the spinal cord and almost immediately terminate in ganglia that lies near the cord. So therefore, the preganglionic fiber is basically short, while the postganglionic fiber that makes contact with an organ is basically long. So as you can see in the picture, let me give you a situation. So in order, like the situation that you want to run from a danger situation. So in order you to run from the danger in situation, the active muscles requires a ready supply of oxygen and also the glucose. So this division, which is the sympathetic division, will accelerate the heartbeat and also dilates the bronchi. At the same time, it also inhibits the digestive tract, because you know digestion is not an immediate necessity. So the neurotransmitter that released by the postganglionic axon is the norepinephrine, which is an E. So the norepinephrine resembles the epinephrine, which is the adrenaline, and therefore it will increase the heart rate and also will causes the orgasmic contraction. So the second autonomic system, which is the parasympathetic division. So the parasympathetic division, sometimes also called as housekeeper or also as rise and digest division. So the parasympathetic division basically promotes all the internal responses we associate with a relaxed state. For example, the contraction of the pupil of the eyes, the digestion of the food, and also to slow the heartbeat. For the parasympathetic division, it involves a few cranial nerves and fibers that arise from the sacral portion of the spinal cord, as you can see in this figure. So it is also referred as, so that is why it is also referred as a craniosacral portion of the autonomic system. So for this, the preganglionic fiber is not the same as the sympathetic division, which is this preganglionic fiber is long, while the postganglionic fiber is short, because the ganglia lie near or within the organ. So the neurotransmitter that released in this parasympathetic division is called acetylcholine, which is ACH. So there are several disorders that can actually affect our peripheral nerves. One of the disorder is called the Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is basically a rare disorder which our body's immune system actually attack our own nerves. So it will cause a weakness in our body of our muscle. So for this syndrome, the antibodies formed against these microbes will actually cross-react with the myelin coating of the peripheral nerves, causing the demyelination of peripheral nerve axons. So the first symptoms of this Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is also called the GBS, is usually the weakness in the legs for 2 to 4 weeks after an infection or the immunization. Soon after that, the arms will be affected, and in some cases also the respiratory muscle may be weakened to the point that the mechanical ventilation is required to our body. So fortunately, this inflammation usually will recover a few weeks, and also fortunately most patients will fully recover
within 6 to 12 months. So another syndrome that affect the peripheral nerve, also called as myasthenia gravis, which is MG, which basically the abnormal antibodies that react with the acetylcholine, which is the ACH receptor, at the neuromuscular junction of the skeletal muscle. So this process start with when an action potential arrive at the synaptic cleft or of a peripheral nerve. So these antibodies will block the normal action of the ACH, which will result in the muscle weakness. Although there is no cure, the MG patients often respond as well to the drugs that inhibit the acetylcholinesterase, the enzyme of the acetylcholine that normally will destroy the acetylcholine, the ACH, after it is released into the synapse. So that's all from us. Thank you.